Welcome to Excel 2010 Charting Examples. I'm TrainerLori. Why charting examples? Because there are different types of charts and it's important to know when to use each type. So why would you want to use a pie chart when you want to show items as a portion of the whole? In other words, as a percentage of a 100%. So the data will be in one column or one row, and you want to show that data as a percentage of the whole. It's easy to customize a pie chart simply by clicking the drop down under Design. You have all these great options, including these 3D styles. When to use column charts? When showing data that changes over time or for showing comparisons among items. And you can see here there's 3 months, which is similar comparison, and there's our data. You can see now that we've got a lot more than 12 items, it's starting to get very busy, so it's helpful that it's color coded. You can also customize your column charts with color, and you can even make it so that it has 3 dimensions. Now this is kind of fun. If you right click on a data point, you can actually go to Fill and insert the person's picture. So if you want to show a salesperson how well they're doing, you can stack it or you can stretch it. Make sure that you choose the right one. You'd probably want to stack it. When to use bar charts is very similar to a column chart, but the main difference is when you have a long axis label that wouldn't fit underneath, then it makes sense to use a bar chart. You can customize bar charts or even column charts by using the Under Format, the Shape Effects button. And I love using this on pictures, but now you can use it. For example, this one's shadow, and this one's glow, and this one is soft edges, and both of these are bevel. But if you choose bevel, you can see there's a lot of options in there, and so you can format it individually. In fact, if you click the 3D options, you have even more options. So there is no excuse for a chart looking like somebody else's. You can individualize it, choosing the material and the lighting, as well as the height and width, etc. So you have lots of options for formatting. When to use line charts? When you're trying to show a trend, and the data again is at equal intervals. So in this case, you can see the trend based on the different colors, the different people, different months. To customize a line chart, this is one of those things that people ask me about a lot. They want to be able to see 2 different kinds of charts in one. In this case, we've got the sales and we have the goal, and I'd like that goal to be a line chart instead of a bar chart. So all you have to do is click on the second data point here, and then right click on it. So you select the second series, right click on it, and you have the option to change the series chart type. In this case, we want to change it to a line. So now we have the goal in red, and we have the actual sales in blue. Here's an area chart. You can see this displays magnitude of change because it just gets bigger and bigger. Surface chart, it helps to have 2 sets of data and that you're comparing. Donut chart, this is kind of fun because even though we've got January, February, and March, you can see in comparison that March here is a little smaller than February was, and so it's easy to see comparisons this way, and it's kind of interesting and fun. The scatter chart is a little more complex. When there are 2 very different types of data series, what's important to remember is that you only select the data itself, not the labels, because as you can see, the labels do not show up and they will not show up. And so what it's doing is showing down here, we see the sales, the 1,000, but across here we're seeing the number. So the scatter is pointing out both the sales and the number, so it's a lot more complex. One that's even more complex than that is the bubble chart, and so instead of showing only 2 different kinds of value types, it's showing 3. Again, we don't need the labels here because what it's showing is the sales, and the sales is exactly halfway in where the bubble is, and then the size of the bubble is determined based on the number of products. But now we have a third thing. Not only do we have sales and the number of products, but we have the percentage or a share, and that is shown by another bubble within the bubble. In fact, I think they look a little bit like olives. So it's very complex, lots of information in a very simple way to view it. A nice chart, the bubble chart. In fact, you can make it even more fun by taking any sort of shape. For example, I inserted a thought bubble and I copied it. And then I went to the bubbles over here and I pasted and turned in all those little olives into thought bubbles. Kind of fun. Thank you. That's all this time. We'll see you next time.